Good afternoon, everyone. We're now on live on Paul Christian Spiritualist broadcast. Right. Apologies, first of all. Wendy is unable to make today, so when we go into the healing, we'll send healing out to her. It's so unfortunate, and I was so excited in being able to stand here with her today. So we send out our healing and our love to you, Wendy. And welcome to all that are here and those that are online. So as Wendy's not here, you have Lawrence and myself. So we're going to share the service. Lawrence is going to do the reading and address, and we're going to share the mediumship at the end. So it's lovely to work here again. Lovely to be back here. One of my favourite places. Well, I had to say one, you know, right, being connected to another. So, yeah, so anyway, so again, welcome, Lawrence, and thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for giving up your day off.
Thank you, Toni, for coming today and giving me a day off. I'm really enjoying it. It's wonderful.
Jelly and ice cream after. Right, let's get the service started. So if you, first of all, if you'd like to join me in prayer. Dear Father, Divine Spirit, I thank you with gratitude for all that is given to us in our daily lives. And as we go forward, we ask that you continue to support us and to guide us. The challenges of this earthly life sometimes feel too much, but we know that you only give us what we can go forward with. And as we join our energies together, we send out our healing to our loved ones, our family, our friends, and those that we know that need your support. And within that, we wish to include the animal kingdom, the children of the world, and Mother Earth. We send out our love and our healing to all. But we thank you, dear Lord, as we go forward with this service, for the opportunity to pull together, to be able to give our love out, and to be able to connect with our loved ones in spirit. And with that, dear Lord, I leave this service in your tender care. Amen.
Amen.
Please join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, for ever and ever. Amen. Thank you. Ooh, with that, I'll pass you over to Lawrence. I was going to go into the healing, but
oh, well,
we'll
that's
do that
fine. Off you go.
Pass you over to Lawrence.
Like an hour.
No, yeah, thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yes, it would have been far too easy this morning just to say, because as the lovely Toni was here, okay, well, you do the service. So I did phone round, try a few avenues, which came to naught. So I thought, okay, try something different. We'll split the service. So anyway, lovely, lovely, lovely. My reading today is taken from a very old book, Spirit Teachings, by William Stanton Moses, and written in 1864. Bear that date in mind when you hear what is written here, because it describes the world outside the doors of this church and everybody else's at homes of today. And this is a record of William Stanton Moses in trance giving philosophies. So there are parts in this which is when people in the circle ask him questions. It's a short reading, but I'm sure you'll get the drift, so bear with. Special efforts are being made now to spread a knowledge of progressive truth. Efforts by the messengers of God, which are resisted, now as ever, by the hosts of the adversaries. The history of the world has been the story of the struggle between the evil and the good, between God and goodness on the one side, and ignorance, vice and evil on the other side. At certain times, of which this is one, extraordinary efforts are made. The army of the messengers of God is massed in greater force. Men are influenced, knowledge is spread, and the end draws nigh. Fear for the deserters, the half-hearted, the temporizers, the merely curious. Fear for them, but fear not for the cause of God's truth. And then a question is asked. Yes, but how are many doubting souls to know what is God's truth? Many look anxiously, but cannot find. And the response came, none anxiously look who do not find in the end, though they may have to long to wait, yes, even till they reach a higher sphere of being. God tries all, and to those only who are fitted is advanced knowledge granted. The preparation must be complete before the step is gained. There is an unalterable law. Fitness precedes progression. Patience is required. And then another question. Yes, the obstacles from internal dissension, from the impossibility of bringing home evidence to many, from prejudice, from many other causes, seems almost invincible. And the response was, to you, invincible. Why interfere with that which is God's work? Obstacles? You know not what they are compared with what we have had to endure in times past. Had you lived on earth in the latter days of Rome's imperial sway, when everything spiritual has fled in horror from a realm steeped in debauchery, sensuality, and all that is base and bad, you would have known then what the banded powers of darkness can effect. The coldness was the coldness of despair. The darkness was the gloom of the sepulchre. The body was all, and the guardians fled in dismay from a scene on which they could not gaze, and whose pangs they could not alleviate. Faithfulness there was indeed and worse. Faithlessness there was worse. The world scorned us and our efforts, laughed at all virtue, derided the supreme, mocked at immortality, and lived but to eat and drink and wallow in the mire, the degraded, down-stricken animals that they had made themselves. Ah, yes, say not that evil is invincible, when the power of God and his spirits has prevailed to cleanse even such a place as that. Very heavy language, and I make no apology because it was of its time. It was very much of its time and the educational standards of that time, and indeed the spirits coming through. I kept reading that passage over and over again. A, to make sure that I wasn't missing anything in there. B, because I thought, how is this mirroring our society as was? You know, we were as a society made to praise youth, made to praise beauty. That which was not deemed as beauty in the public eye was put to one side. It was fame, it was fortune, it was money, it was power. It was all the base elements that as a society we were encouraged to adore, encouraged to worship, encouraged to look up to, encouraged to aspire to. I'm sure, looking around at the age group within here, it used to be a common question, would you like to be 21 again? And going back probably about 15 years, people would have said, yeah, I'd love to go back there. But more common nowadays, people are saying, no, thank you. No, I don't want to go back to that. Because as a society, and this is across the world, this is not an admonishment, this is not a beating of the senses, it's an observation. And there's things in that reading which I know struck a chord with people listening to it both here and online. We had lost our way. I said something once during the height of the restrictions in the UK, and I said, this is almost biblical. And the person I was talking to responded, yes. I don't mean biblical as in the sense of basing it solely on the religion, but the Bible is also an historical account of that time. And we were having all these, we were having the floods, we were having the fires. Do you remember Australia at the beginning of the year? Do you remember California as it is now? All the floods and everything going on. You know, and we forget and we neglect that we are part of the life cycle of everything within this wonderful realm. We are not masters of nature. We are not masters of the earth. We are not masters of anything. We are equal. Everything within this world has its place, has its purpose, has its reason. My belief, my understanding. And before I go further with that, just a little participation here. If I were to ask all of you now to imagine a boat, you would all see a boat. You would all see different boats. Some of you will see luxury liners, some of you will see dinghies, some of you will see sailboats, matters not. In essence, you're seeing the boat. Your version, your vision of that is entirely yours. Where we sometimes fail as humans, were we to compare which boats we had, we would then attract the comments of, oh, you got a liner, oh, look at all the fuel, that does, and then the descent comes in. But the basic cause of that exercise is, there is one common question there, a boat. We have all seen a boat. How we see that matters not because it's personal to us. And I bring that example to how I'm talking today about things, what we all see. Each and every one of you has got your own view of society, our place within it, our futures, our fears, our joys, our hopes, our aspirations. And they are each personal to us because they are of our creation. But some of the basic laws that we've overlooked as the race, the human race. There are spiritual laws and natural laws that govern everything. And these have been neglected. These have been woefully neglected over the years. Society has become slightly corrupt, slightly off track. I'm not saying everything is like that. We see these wonderful shining examples. But the newspapers would rather sell something of doom and gloom than something of somebody's wonderful creation, because bad news sells papers, bad news gets viewers. We've got to, as enlightened beings, as workers of the light, the fact that you're here today in the body, the fact that you're here at home watching and listening to this today, you are workers for the light in your own right, in your own boat, as you see things. And it's to bring back that joy, it's to bring back that balance. Last year, in my work as a medium on other platforms, I was in fear that I was just repeating myself because there were the two concepts that I kept saying every time, and it was balance and it was about what we are putting out into this world, the energy we send out. We're going to do absent healing very soon. We all believe that that healing energy goes out and is reached on a level and will work on that level to which it is intended. Equally, all the energies that we put out will go out into the world. And I believe that our etheric plane, this is my boat I'm talking from, our etheric plane was just getting into such a bad way, such a state, because it was negative upon negative upon negative upon negative all the time. And nature and the world and the spirit world that we work with and for were understanding of that, with their foresight. People say, well, why weren't we warned by spirit this was coming? you know what? We were all warned in our own little way. Things happened. People were in the right place. You know, we as humans and with our understanding and our conscience would want to hear that. But had I stood here 9 months ago and go, do you know what? In March, we're all going to lock ourselves indoors. I know I've said this before. I would have been sunning myself somewhere secure at the moment. But we were all told. We were all made aware. We all had a feeling. People moved. People changed jobs. People retired, and myself included. To be in the right place. To be able to use our gifts. To start working on bringing this balance back in. And fighting that force of negativity. Because I always say with the negative energies are very lazy energies. You know, any single one of us here and at home, if I ask you to be negative, oh, so easy, oh, I don't like these chairs, they're a bit hard. You know, what has that achieved? Absolutely nothing, apart from this negative energy going out. Positive energies require a bit of effort and a bit of us actually really engaging with it. And just saying, you know what, actually these chairs are quite good. And again, the right things at the right time. We went from soft furnishings to hard furnishings, which we can now sterilise quite easily. So there you go. You know, there are so many hidden depths to what goes on. But we need to still our minds and find and explore that link with the spirit, because each and every one of us will resonate differently with whichever spirit we work with. And we must always, always be mindful too of what spirits we work with. There's a thing taught in many a good circle about test the spirit. If you're aware of a spirit presence around you, firstly, talk, ask them, find out where they're from, but always test the spirit. Because we do not pass this earth, we do not leave this plane of existence and suddenly get wings. If I smoke 20 fags a day and enjoy a brandy at night, today, tomorrow, over in the spirit world, guess what I'll be doing? Exactly the same. And that goes with the way we are, the way we react with people. So we must always aspire to work with the highest and the best, and dismiss that which we'd feel unsafe or uncertain of. But it is really imperative, because we are very, very, very much at this huge, we've never experienced anything like this with the world that we have created of today. And we're seeing the effects, and we're saddened by the effects, we're saddened by the restrictions. We see the turmoil going on, we see the fanciful and the maybe not so fanciful theories coming out. But we, us here gathered today, we have a duty to put that to one side. As hard as that is, we need to put that to one side and reach for the best, reach within to find that touch of the divine that resides within all of us. For we are all creative, we all have this creative energy, this creative power. We create that absent healing, we create healing given, we create happiness because we are of the divine. So, hard times. Can't dress it up, it is hard times. I look out and see you lovely people here, and I know some of the stories, and the heart goes out. It would have been hard enough in what we would have deemed as normal times. In these times, even worse, because they bring with them the additional things that go wrong, that where we would have had, we are no longer able to. But we've all been coming to spiritualist churches for a long time. Probably many years, on and off, matters not. If you come once a month, once a year, it doesn't matter. Because there's that inherent knowledge in you that there is more. And we must hold on to that. We really must hold on to that. And remember that this is a page in the encyclopedia of our eternal lifetime. And we're here to do our best. And we cannot fear death. Because there is no death. There is a changing, as a caterpillar changes into a butterfly, as a seed changes into a tree. It's natural. It is purely natural. One day all of us, including myself, obviously, will leave this overcoat behind and step into a new reality, a new existence, a new phase of our eternal lifespan. But when we do, we take with us all that we have done here. Not what we've made in the bank, not what we've built around us as a house, but what we are, who we are. Everything always starts with one person. Every good thought, every smile, every great civilization, every great philosophy starts with one person. So never deny your own power, because each and every one of you are powerful. But to work with nature, to work with the Word of God, the Divine Spirit, whatever your name, it matters not. The purpose, the source, the soul are the same, because we always aspire to work for the highest and the best at all times. Thank you.
Thank you, Lawrence. I want to applaud you. And I owe you a brandy. It's true. It's true. Thank you for that, Lawrence. Right, we now come to the part of our service where we send out our absent healing. I know there are many of you that are healers in practice, but we are all healers. The minute you see a child slip over and graze its knee, you're automatically a healer. Compassion is healing. So as we join together, we'll do a meditated healing. We'll send out our energies to all those that we know that need healing. Obviously your family, your friends, your loved ones. Just send out their name in thought and healing will be sent to them. Wrong way. So if you all like to make sure that you're sat comfortable, letting the weight of your shoulders just relax. Close your eyes if you wish and just concentrate on your breathing. Just rest for a while, letting your breathing settle. Remembering those that you wish to send out healing. But obviously also remember yourself. Put yourself in for healing as we all need it. As you're sat there, just resting your physical body. In your mind, take yourself off to the woods, and particularly at this time of the year, the woods are starting to shed their leaves. The leaves are changing colour. The earth is slowing down. And take this into your breathing. Slow your breathing and relax your mind and your body. Now as we walk together through the woods, follow the vision of the path in front of you. The leaves are slowly drifting down. The beautiful colours from yellow to amber to orange. But there are always those trees that keep their leaves. They may be a dark green or they may be a vibrant green. Take in the colours, the energies that come from those colours, giving you strength and upliftment. Just slowly walk through the woods and feel the energy coming towards you. Sharing that energy as you send it out to those that you know. know that need healing. Just soaking up those energies, soaking up life. Just slowly walking through the woods. And if you wish, you come to the end of the wood. Come to an opening. And we're going to sit here by the trees with your back against the trunk of the strongest tree that you find around you. Just connecting and just sitting. Just taking in that energy. And just rest there, enjoying the warmth from the autumn sun. The yellow, the amber, the orange leaves falling down upon you as a blanket comforting you. Just resting there in the protection of the energies. And I'm going to leave you there for a moment or two just to rest. Slowly wake up, and as you slowly move, the leaves that have fallen on you fall away, and with those leaves fall away any negativity, any low feelings, and it asks you to stir and to wake up with a more positive and a more happier energy around you, so that we can go forward and enjoy the challenges of this life. Let the negativity fall away as you return to the room. Thank you. I was going to do a rainbow one, but then I was driving here and I saw this beautiful tree and I thought, trees. Right, now we go into the mediumship. So for those that are physically here and those online, I'm afraid that you're just watching and participating that way. But those here, fingers crossed that your loved ones will come to you. And obviously, I think you've all seen Lawrence and I work, so we're going to take it in turns, I think. We'll see where it goes. Yes, so obviously, we like to hear your voice, so let that come through. So thank you. Are you ready?
You were stood up and talking.
Oh, okay, right. Ladies first, then, yes.
That's what I meant to say,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Sorry.
Right, as often happens, I did have a lady pop in this afternoon to me, actually, and I'm not sure, but anyway, we'll see. She's a lady who liked everything just so. She didn't always get it that way, but she particularly took very good care of herself and her appearances. But she also liked her house just so. And she says, now looking back, she realised she spent far too much time having the house spick and span than she did. She could have made extra effort within the family and friends. She loved them dearly, but she was just so concerned about, I suppose, her own entity, her own area of her life. And she was so concerned on how others thought. And she didn't think the same way on others. It's just, in a way, I think it was an underlying self-confidence issue that she had. But she's saying now that she's grown in confidence. It's one thing she's learned. And I feel that she's been over a good few years. She's not shown herself to me, but the energy I've got from her is so loving and so close, and she's just pleased to be able to be here. Being pulled to this side of the room. And the lady in blue, can you take this lady?
Not immediately.
I feel that she was slender, and she was fairly tall. I mean, taller than me. I would say for a 5'7"-ish, 5'8", is she telling me? That height in her younger years. But I feel that she had, she's not saying pain, she had discomfort in her back in her later years, and also she stooped a little.
My mother stooped.
She wasn't a lady that gave many hugs, although inside she felt as if she should, but there was something that restricted that. She gave out lots of love, but she wasn't a huggy person. And I feel that around you at the moment, there are a number of anniversaries and birthdays.
Various, yes.
Yeah. But she's just saying she hasn't forgotten. And she liked to keep a diary with things in as well. Not so much feelings, but dates and birth dates. A calendar, a diary, something like that. She kept everything written down so that she didn't forget. Okay. She's saying that there was a birthday around you, and I feel you didn't forget it, but the card would have got there late. For some reason, the card was there like the day after or the birthday rather than on the day.
That's just happened to me
Yeah.
with a male friend.
Yes.
I did forget his birthday. I apologise 2 days ago.
So just to prove that she is around you, and she's asking you to allow your emotions to come out. Are you a little bit like her? You keep your emotions inside?
I try
And
to expose,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, she just said be a little bit freer with your emotions and what you want to say. She said then people will understand you more.
Okay.
All right, because you are a little reserved, as
Yes.
like her. That's the word I want, reserved.
Yes, that would fit.
But she is, she has a brother in spirit with her as well. Or your brother. There's a brother there, a brother link, is what I want to say.
I know there was an only child, so it's not.
Can you take the name Arthur? Not immediate family. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. My husband's godmother was married to an uncle.
And there's also connection, she's saying, with Berlin, Germany. Again, around you rather than you.
I can't place Berlin. I can place.
She gave me Berlin, but Germany, that
Okay.
she's not taking that away. And I feel your father's also in spirit.
Yes.
Look on his side of the family for that connection.
Okay, that would fit.
Right?
Yeah.
She just saying, okay, there's 25 or the 25th means something to you as well, but she's just saying she's coming in because she wants you to loosen up a little bit.
Okay, thank you.
Don't be like her.
No,
All right. But there is lots of love there.
thank you very much.
All right. She's also shown me a necklace, a little silver dainty necklace.
Yeah.
That just a little reminder. And cards, playing cards, should bring back memories.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. But there's also a box of. Oh, I can see a box of dominoes, but also the word crib has come into my head because that's a card game as well, isn't it? So.
So yes.
Yes. Little social events that she used to enjoy.
Okay. Thank you.
Just bringing that in, perhaps a little hint for you to be a little bit more sociable as well, and not lock yourself up all the time. I know it's hard at the moment, but we still can get out a little bit.
Thank you very much.
All right. But again, she just come in, and she's always with you. She's always walking with you. So I'll leave her with you. God bless. Your turn. One. Thank you.
Toni, if I can come to you, please. I'm very aware there's a lady I asked her just to wait because she was quite insistent. I do have a motherly energy with this lady. I do want to say mum coming through for you, please. The fact that she was sort of like pushing through before my time of standing up would be part of her character on the earth plane. She wasn't one for holding back. Yeah, she would be in there straight away. Right, something needs doing, and I'm going to get in there. Obviously, we had our little talk prior to the service, so I am aware of things going on around you. So stuff that I do not know. She's very strong. I wouldn't like to argue with this lady. You'd only do it once and lose. But its strength and its forwardness is part and parcel of such a loving lady as well. Yeah. Some love is gentle, some love is there, and this is the love that she's bringing through for you. She is referring to what we were just talking about pre the service there, and she one for doing this, please, because I want to be doing this while I'm talking. As a part of the talking, my mum used to do this on the table, all right, but I feel like with this lady I want to be doing this as well. When I wanted to make a point, the tapping would start, correct? Yeah. And she's saying, you're fine, you've got everything that you need. You've got everything that you need, just trust, just trust. She's also bringing through pussycats for you, and I'm talking pussycats here. You'll know when I come through, ladies and gents, because as I say, I've got loads of cats here. I'll be up there collecting them all. Yeah, sorry. Just got told off by her. Anyway, yeah, she's saying you've got everything there. Trust yourself. Yeah, she says, yeah, have the sad times, but make sure that when you have, you go, right, and pick yourself up after. She said, don't wallow in it, all right? Have it, have your sadness, and then pick yourself back up as well. Just very important there. She's talking about your daughter, is this on earth, please? And there's a lot going on with this young soul as well at the moment, both within the emotional side and with the, also what I would call the professional side. Obviously we are in a time of great change and nobody is untouched by what's going on, but I do know with the, she's referring more to your daughter's emotional side, because she's bringing in that pale blue, which I know is a healing energy for the emotion there, and just calming down. And it's all right. She's just saying she's a bit like this at the moment. Yeah, sit there quietly and have a nice chat, and then the next thing it's like, I've just let the tiger out of the cage. And you're like, whoa, where's that come from? Again, she's just saying, just ride it out, just ride the storm out. All that's affecting you is affecting her also, just remember that. Yeah? Alright, so when these little outbursts come, it's not as a challenge to you or what have you done wrong, because it's not that at all. Alright? She is adjusting as well. And these adjustments, she's just showing me everything just calming down and settling and finding its own level in time. She wants you to get out a bit more. She's saying you found this time very hard, very hard. She said, but you do need to get out more. Make a point every day just to go out, even like a walk down the quay. It doesn't matter if it's raining, so what, you're going to get wet, you know, is just do it. But you do need that break, because she said the more you have these little breaks, the better equipped you're going to be to handle what you go home to every time. Alright, but she is really stressing that as well. We had a little bit of an issue down here, this side with you, please. Where are you? Show me more. Definitely. I want to go there, actually, more to like the kidney side. Has there been a bit of discomfort or something pulled? No?
Not me.
Not you, but can you understand that with somebody else? Oh, right, okay, so, yeah, she's just saying about that, and again, she's full of the old wisdom there. Hot compress. Hot compress. I like this lady's directness, I really do. I would love to have met her when she was on the earth, because I just love that rapport with her. There is a religious link as well, this lady. There is a religious understanding. It wasn't great. I'm not saying I went to church every week, but there was this faith in the divine as well, because she's drawing my hands and she's saying, trust in the divine, all's well. And I know I'm linking on a religious energy from her when she says that. Is there a Catholic link as well within the family, please? Yeah, could you just show me? You know the confirmation Bibles that you get, the little black and white? Well, they're white, aren't they, with the little black italics? She's just showing that, and it's a treasured possession as well. All right, she's saying, I've got that over here with me, and it will always be with me. Yeah, she's just gone. Take care, my darling. You know I love you. And she talks to you. She talks to you. You've been aware, you've asked a question in your head, and you've had an answer. You understand that? She says, I do talk to you. I do talk to you. Just make the time for it. And now she's just gone back to character and gone, right, that's it. Come on, up. Bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm being drawn to the lady at the back there. I feel that emotions have been thrown out the pram, is what I want to say, and I also feel like stamping my feet. The energy I've got building up with me is a grandmotherly love, and she would have come in, bustled in and taken over and sorted it out, whether you liked it or not. You take this? she's quite an organised lady. There was, again, lots of love there, and I feel she was really cuddly. She would have made the world better for anybody, and her door was always open for whoever wanted to come through. But with the emotions around you at the moment, it's almost like she's trying to pull them all in, all right, and contain them. She wants everything contained at the moment. I know it's hard, and I don't feel it's particularly yourself with these emotions, but it's around you. But she's trying to pull them all in. She's saying we need to contain it so that we can address it. Because when emotions get thrown out, it's very hard to address it and get to the bottom of what's going on. There's also a gentleman with her, and he's got a pair of dark rimmed glasses. And he's a gentleman that would have sit back quietly, observed everything that was going on, and he wouldn't miss a thing, and then he'd quietly give advice. So you've got both these energies, which are very strong characters, and they're there with you. And they're saying, call on them. The answer will come into your mind. They are there. I never doubt it. Because there's also been doubt around you with certain things happening, certain emotions that you're feeling, and certain presence that you feel. It's them. All right? I never doubt it. When you feel their presence, whether it's in here or here, call on them, acknowledge them, and then they can come closer. And they're given me March for you, and I feel that's more to look forward to March than a date. All right. I feel, or they're giving me the feeling that the new year will bring the changes you're looking forward to. All right, but just hold tight where you are now, both emotionally and physically. All right, just hold tight at the moment. I've got the name Eric. If you can't take it, it is around you. Where is it? Because it was a very strong Eric, and it was, look on your grandfather's side. There. Okay. There's a photo. You have some old photos given to you from family passed down?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is an older photo of when he was early 20s is what I want to say. And he's with 3 or 4 lads. That's what he's calling them now. The 3 or 4 lads. And on the back are the names written. Alright. This is Dad's dad. That's just evidence for you, and for you to send out your thoughts to them. So obviously there's, I want to say healing, or whether he just wants the evidence, but your dad will understand what's the photos and the name. Alright. I've also got the name Amanda around you, and I feel this is on earth. And if they're usually, as often, if you get the name and they're still on earth, they need your thoughts and your healing sent to them. I don't feel it's drastic, but they just need perhaps a little comfort. I've got the name Emily just come through also. So again, I feel that's on earth rather than spirit. But just be aware of that if you can't take that. That's around the Amanda. Yeah, they're just saying evidence for you to show that they are around. With yourself, they're also saying, don't be so harsh on yourself. Alright? Be kind to yourself. Give yourself room. Alright? None of what's going around is directly implemented to you, but you're picking up on the energies. Alright? So again, they're just saying, don't be so harsh, and remember to give yourself healing and to give yourself space from what's going on. They're bringing in we're in October now, but they're bringing in September and October for birthdays. And also they're showing me, that's a mountain, is it Matterhorn? Is there a connection? Is that Austria? Mm-hmm. A connection there.
Not wanting to go.
Oh. Okay. I feel that there is a connection. If you look back in family history, I feel that there is also a Jewish connection to do with that area. So if you're not aware of that, just be aware of it, because it will come up. I don't know why that's come in. Sorry? Austria, yeah. That area with a Judaism, isn't it? Yeah. There's connection with there.
Well, my grandfather was a prisoner of war, the chap you talked about with the glasses on. He was in Austria for a while.
Oh, right, thank you. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Right, he's saying that when he was younger, there was a number, again, it's back to the old photos. There's something, if you can study the photos, there's something there, and you'll look at it and think, that fits. Something for you to look back on, and okay, he will give you the, thank you, he will give you, if you look back on the photos, he will give you the memories. You will know and understand why the photos are important. It will remind you, there's been stories you were told when you were younger that you're not thinking of now, and then when you look at the photos, you'll remember. But there's some significant with those, with the times at the moment, and the times you're going through. And he's given you this to give you the strength and the courage to go through the next period of your life. And it won't last forever, but he's there, and he's giving you that courage. And he's saying, look forward to the new year, and things will be much brighter, and you will go where you are hoping to go or wishing to go. You will get there in your life and your physical. But there is lots of love, and again, acknowledge when they are close, because there's been a few times you've felt them and you've not now, but they are there when you need them. Alright? But there's been a few times you've brushed them off, and that's the times you need them there. So just acknowledge them. They won't give up on you, not ever. Alright. I know we said about his glasses, and you've got glasses on. You're overdue an eye test, aren't you?
No, I had it recently.
You've had one? Oh, I had the feeling you were overdue. Okay, then there's something then that you're not seeing clearly on. So just be aware of that if you... Alright, I was thinking you might need a new prescription, but there might be something you're not seeing quite clearly on. And just be open-minded. So they're there with you. They're there with you with lots of love, but also a lot of advice. So I leave their love with you. Alright, God bless. Oh,
That's all right. Dead on for. It's not
No.
written in stone. Very quick, just as Tony was talking to you there, and especially about the photo, I did see in my mind's eye the old wartime tanks, not the new modern ones, which are quite flat, but these ones were the old, like a wedge shape. And I do feel there is some link there in the photos of, in the background, there is one of these really old-fashioned tanks. So please just look out for that. Simon, wake up. I know you have, I know you have, I know you have. I have got an absolutely wonderful gentleman here. I know that when I was on the earth, I certainly would not be missed when I was in a room. I do feel a theatrical bent with this gentleman as well, because I've got this real gregarious loving being up here, because he wants me to command the stage, and this is his presence and his personality. I did get the name of Graham, but I don't associate it with this gentleman, but the name of Graham should be pertinent. But the strength and the character, I'm on stage, darlings, yes, and oh, what a nice man, what a nice man. I do know a little of you and things in your life at this time. I do know with this gentleman, though, that he saw his fair share of trials and tribulations as well. I do feel like I lost a lot of weight. There was a certain wasting conditions going on. But the humour with this guy takes me back to my youth of being in that energy and environment. Because he just bent down, he went, darling, he said, you think you're taking pills? And he's just presented this like shopping bag, full, brimming full. And that's his character, you know, he put the show on all through his life, and he loved it, and he loves you. That is the main thing, he absolutely adores you. He is there, and really, he's just stood next to you there, typical, you know, the back on the shoulders and the hat and a cane. A cane would have come out as well on occasions for this.
There was a time,
yeah, high days and holidays,
Yeah.
I would have my cane as well. But the image he's just presented to me there, he just put his arm around you and just squeezed ever so gently and said, I'm here. He said, and when you feel down, think of me and my one-liners. Really? Yeah. We're in church, it's Sunday, behave. Yeah, but I love this chap's character, it makes so much sense to me. But he is just around you, and he just wants to be remembered, and he is just saying,
remember,
when you want the upliftment, just think of me. And he said, and the laughs will come forward, because when you walked away from this guy, you were creased up, your tummy hurt. I know that because I'm getting that sensation. You're just so funny. Not nasty. Insightful, he said. I was never nasty, I might have just told the truth.
yes.
That's such a nice man. Bless you, bless you, bless you. But yeah, just please take his memory there and keep that to the fore in the few. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Very much so. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Simon. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been.
Thank you, Laurie. And thank you for everyone joining us this afternoon. I was going to say this afternoon. And thank you for those watching online. Notifications are obviously Paul Church is online on Mondays at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 7 a.m. for meditation.
9 a.m. Saturday, no, it's 7 a.m.
Oh, 7 also. We can be up early and have a long meditation.
Well, you can be up there.
Sorry, 7 p.m. on a Monday and 9 a.m. on a Saturday. Trust me. Yeah. Friday, 7 p.m. is Anne Traherne. Oh, it's red. I can't read red. From the Arthur Conan Doyle Centre. So looking forward to that. That was postponed from a couple of weeks ago, so that will be good to watch. So join us then. But live in church, Wednesday 3 p.m, we have our dear Phyllis Rumney. So looking forward to seeing Phyllis working. And Sunday at 3 p.m, next Sunday, is our dear Mark Stone. I love to see Mark work. So, right, but also healing 1 to 1:45 on Sundays and Wednesdays before the service. And again, I'd like to thank you all for joining us, particularly those that are watching online, those that are here, and thank you to Laurie for doing the work that you do. That's all, yeah.
Thank you.
I know it's keeping you occupied,
Yeah.
but we do appreciate everything you do.
I'd be in nick otherwise.
I think a lot of us would have been. Anyway, I'm going to ask Laurie for the closing prayer, and again, God bless you all.
Thank you, Toni. Thank you for the time that you're giving to the church. It's wonderful. So you just still our minds, just for this short time. Link in with that God of your own understanding, the divine that resides within us all. And give thanks for the things that we have in our life. It is so easy at this time just to look on the wants and the needs. But we should always keep in mind all that we do have. The roof over our head, the car that we can drive, the friends and the family, and those people that make us smile and uplifted. As we sit down tonight to a meal prepared for us, as we sit in our armchairs and drink our drinks, be mindful all these small mercies, all these small blessings in this world where so many lack even those basic rights of life that we may take for granted. So keep those spirits positive, keep those thoughts uplifted, keep that healing energy around and divine through you. But most of all, know that you are truly loved and that life is eternal, and this is but a shard of the complete diamond that resides for all time in infinity and affinity in the beyond. Amen.
Amen.
Right, off you go. Thank you, Toni. Absolutely lovely.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bless you all for joining. I was a little bit concerned last couple of services. Since the news came out of the rising cases, our numbers absolutely fell through the floor, which was a bit disconcerting. I'm helping other people, other centres, other churches, other businesses to try and get online and working again in real time, as long as we are doing here with the church. But at the end of the day, a lot of people are staying at home, and you know what? If that is your bent, absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. But it is such a joy to see people here today. Travelling all the way from Weymouth, thank you. Swanage. How do you get out of Swanage? Wareham. Oh, Wareham. Don't talk about Wareham, the black hole of the internet. I have never spoken to anybody on the internet in Wareham, they just disappear. But thank you. Thank you for coming, because, you know, this church, brilliant building, great facilities, but the church itself, are you people here today, and of course, you people watching at home. So thank you.
God bless.
Thank you.